In 1 month, we're going to be seeing the release of a brand new DLC hero for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And that got us to thinking who our favorite heroes are in the main game of Xenoblade. And so, what's the best way to determine what your favorites of something are?
A tier list.
A tier list.
A duh.
And so we're going to be doing a tier list of every single hero, both spoilery and not so spoilery, in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So if you don't want to be spoiled, and if for some reason you haven't played the game yet, click off this video right now, play the game, come right back.
Including the post-game.
Including the post-game. There's some stuff that you might want to experience in the post-game before you watch this video. Or if you don't care about spoilers, keep watching the video. I guess that's your prerogative. So I think it's important, before we actually dive into this, to explain how we're going to be ranking these heroes. And so we're not going to be looking much at the combat side of things and the chain attacks and all that sort of stuff. Instead, we're going to be primarily focusing on our subjective opinions on who they are as characters, story impact, and how they engage with the greater world around them. So, who better than to start out with? Starting out the alphabet, Alexandria, Commander of Iota.
That's the girl. That's the one. So, I feel like I have a bias here. Mm-hmm. And so therefore I'm putting her at, B. We'll put her B.
B?
Yeah. I can't let my bias control me too much. Because, I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
And I, fell in love with her, had this idea of who she was going to be, and then she wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
But she still is really cool. Her ascension.
Yeah. Her ascension is great. Her interactions with Valdi.
I love her interactions with Valdi.
And just in general, her being able to learn how to trust is a cool kind of character arc based on her violent past.
Yeah, and she helped with world building stuff too, with the Collectopedia, so
yeah.
I don't know, she gives me B energy.
Yeah, solid B, solid place to start at.
Is that a snake? S?
S? Are we thinking S?
I think we are.
I think we are definitely thinking S for Ashira because... because, okay, I said no combat, breaking rules very quickly, but she is a monster in battle. An absolute monster, and she was a must-have in our party for all of the major boss battles.
I mean, she's crazy.
No, she is such an interesting and engaging character. I think that she has some of the most interesting console interactions, in the game, bar none. And her ability to connect with Eunie.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
On how they want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to that realization is one of the more powerful kind of story beats in the game, in my opinion.
She honestly brings out Eunie's best dialogue in the game.
Yes. Actually, all of Colony 11 does.
Yeah. Queen's Paninis.
Hey. No. And so her Colony 11 kind of being an extension of her personality and her character is something that I really enjoyed too. So, easy S.
Wow, look at that guy.
Ooh, he's great.
See?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I agree. But why? Except his name starts with a C.
Oh no, that's the only reason why. Imagine.
we just really fixate on the alphabet.
Move on. No. I don't know. He had a lot going for him, and I really liked his interactions with Ethel, especially when they were getting their Ferronuses, and you could see just the relationship between them, and there was so much built there where they were friend and foe, and he understood her on a deeper level where she could wink wink nudge nudge, here's the plan kind of thing. And I really appreciated that, and I wanted to learn more about him. And then, he kind of died, and then we found him, and then he had a hero quest that was, not a lot, and then he had an ascension that didn't exist.
Yeah, it wasn't, it can't even be called an ascension quest. You just...
No.
He is a device to regain Ethel and to bolster Ethel's story.
Yeah.
And not even that well. I don't know. He underwhelmed me. I did love his interactions. Just in the field, his field dialogue is great. In the
Yes.
city, he's great. But overall, he is, as a character, kind of inseparable from Ethel. If you remove Ethel, he is not really a character.
Yeah, I'll give him that. He has some of the best field dialogue.
Yeah.
But,
And his relationship with young Ethel is interesting. Speaking of Ethel...
there she is.
There she is. I would say probably... You know what? We'll keep them together as always. I'm gonna put Ethel in C tier. Can I explain my rationale?
Okay.
I think Ethel is set up to be an easy S. But we get her, we do everything with Colony 4. It's really interesting, she's really intimidating. And then she goes off to the castle and gets in the Ferranis stuff. And she's really interesting, and it's really kind of an interesting story beat. And seeing how Colony 4 rebounds after losing her as a commander. Because she is, Silvercoat Ethel. Like, she's legendary. But I never really felt like she lived up to the legend as much as I wish she had. The fight with Kamaravi was great. But again, it's kind of... the characters are inseparable in my mind. And so... then she's just gone for the vast majority of the game, and you don't really... You get back young Ethel, it's interesting, and then it's just kind of MacGuffin-y on how she grows up, and then you don't even get a hero quest once she is grown. So, I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan. I would have liked a reunion with Bolearis.
No, that's my thing. They didn't have, like, an actual cutscene or, like, anything for that. It was just... throwaway dialogue when you talk to Bolearis, like... Yeah,
so I think it might be a little bit unfair. I think realistically she probably should be B to A, but I think because of missed opportunity, I have to put her in C.
Wait, question. Are we ordering these in the, like, tiers themselves? Because if so, put Ethel in front of Kamaravi.
Oh, you're right. Let's do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Fifi.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to put her.
I know where I want to put her.
I like her more than Alexandria, but I think that's for bias reasons. No, I really like her colony. Her colony's so entertaining, and her interactions with them, I like where you're hovering. One of those. Tell me why.
A?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you why?
I mean, tell me why you want to put her there, because I'm feeling...
I think A, very specifically, for the reason that I think that her console was probably the coolest.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget Irma? She's like my favorite console.
Yeah.
I love Irma.
Irma is great. I think the fact that these are a ragtag band of kids, and she is their reluctant leader, who's kind of put in place to be controlled, essentially, by Irma. I don't know. They were hugely entertaining to me to experience, and learning more about Irma in the Ascension quest and how Irma had that little secret hideaway. I don't know. I thought that this was so cool that this colony even exists. Also, she is broken.
Yes, and I really like that Lanz inherits her class, and just the relationship between them. Like, I don't know, all of that, it just really warmed my heart and made me feel really good. Yeah. I like her a lot.
Yeah, and similar to Ashira, like, Lanz being the connecting force to Fifi just really makes a lot of sense and helps bolster the main cast, which I think is a big piece of why heroes are good.
Honestly, yeah, like, side characters in games in general, they should be boosting the main characters and getting us to learn more about them, and not things that are like rinse or repeat. Yeah. Like, one of the reasons why Alexandria is a B for me is because it just told us that Taion's smart, and I already knew that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just, same old, same old.
Yeah.
Gondor. S.
Thank you. Oh my god, I love her.
S.
Yeah.
Top of S.
Yes.
Because, go for it.
I mean, everything about her dialogue just is fantastic. Every single time she talks, it is perfection. Her relationship with Shania was so interesting because not only was it, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like really interesting from both understanding the console side and like Mobius and all of that, but it also gave us the idea of an untrusting narrator or something like that, where we got Shania's point of view at first and like Gondor's the worst, but then when you get Gondor's point of view later during Senna's ascension, which like, sorry Sena, but when you learn more about Gondor and the reasons why she treated Shania the way that she did,
it came out of compassion. It
came out of compassion, and you totally understand what's going on. Everything about her, just every interaction in her ascension, I would go on forever.
Yeah, the Turkin I love that her ascension made Turkins sentient beings. Yeah. I mean, not that they haven't always been, but it showed them in a sympathetic and positive light, which is kind of different. And her relationship with her mother is so dynamic and kind of realistic of what would it look like to be having the weight of the world on your shoulders when your mother is literally in charge of your world for all intents and purposes. And so I think that she is really interesting. Only thing I have against her is that she stole Senna's ascension quest. Not stole, but like it did kind of play into Senna's internal conflicts, that even in her own side story, she was not the main character.
Also, like, can I just throw in just more Gondor praise? She is one of the most selfless characters in this entire game.
Okay, so Gray. I would say...
He's like Alexandria level for me.
Yeah, I would say I like him better than Alexandria. Just for I don't have a whole lot to say about Gray. His hero quest was awful, and I detested it.
But his wife
in the Ascension quest was great. And he really kind of redeemed himself in my eyes in his Ascension quest. Making him, he's just the gruff dude who, like, gets stuff done. Mm-hmm. Military man, solid Snake-esque kind of dude. I don't know. I enjoyed him enough. I think that his class is hugely fun, continuing to break this arbitrary rule that I set. And again, his interactions with Eunie are top-notch.
Anyone who makes Eunie funny is just worthwhile, in my opinion.
Yeah, so Gray's interesting. Get to see some of the darker politics of the city through his eyes, which is cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow, oh, look at that. I hate him. Oops.
Gross.
Sorry, did I say that? Oh, wow.
He's the worst.
He
does. This is his animation.
Just constantly, just...
Hey, Taion.
Anytime, once you notice it, it's everywhere.
I cannot stand his existence.
And, like, the thing that I could never get over with him is that when we fight Yorin, after the first time, we finish that, we figure out that he's not making the people say this. These are their deep inner thoughts that they truly hold, and he never, ever owns up to Taion how he feels. Ever. Yeah. And I hate that about him. Like, grow a backbone, talk to him like a man.
Yeah.
I hate you, Izzard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, no, he is so, like, he comes off as, this is really, I'm not talking about you, Fifi. This is an overarching issue in Agnes, I feel. They're just kind of, like, snobby.
They're like that straight edge snobby friend that's like...
Yeah. And, like, no hate on anyone who likes Izzard, but his whole story arc is, how do I relax? Like,
so maybe you should, I don't know, try telling people about the deep, dark, secret hatred feelings you have for them, and then maybe you'll relax a little bit.
Yeah, and I know we're being hyperbolic here. We just have a lot of strong feelings against this guy. But, he runs a mean colony.
Yeah.
He does good. He's not a bad person by any means, but he's not great either. He's very pragmatic, and probably does need a break. But you know, that's all there is to him, is a pragmatic dude who was really mean to Taion deep down, and then he went to a hot spring.
Spa day.
Spa day.
Spa day.
So, Juniper.
Yeah, put them, yeah.
Yeah. They can go there. I don't know. They're fine.
My favorite part of Juniper's character was when they went and helped with the spongy spuds.
Yes.
That was it. In Zeon's quest, not even.
Yeah, and it was just odd. This was the only... Maybe we missed something. The only instance of, like, that Xenoblade 2-esque slapstick comedy.
Oh, yes!
With Kite.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. I don't see why that was necessary. That's not really a reflection on Juniper. I think Juniper has one of the most visually interesting colonies, and I dig that they live off the land, and they were able to bolster themselves in this way. That said, I just was so uninterested, even with the Ascension quest, when the console asked us to get that stuff and burn it, and it's brought all of the monsters, and it's like, well, what did we think was gonna happen there? Why did we trust them?
Yeah.
We knew that they weren't cool. We knew that they weren't chill. I don't know. No one... Really, the only thing about Juniper's colony that I thoroughly enjoyed were the Nopon.
Yeah.
The Nopon, that was about it. Everything else was just fine. It was fine. Worst class.
Yes.
Worst class.
Yes.
Manana.
Oh, man.
Anna.
Yeah, oh man, Anna.
Gotta put Manana in A.
I think.
I'm thinking Manana's in A.
I definitely like her more than Alexandria and Gray. So.
Yeah, Manana is just a delightful little cinnamon bun.
I really appreciate her. I feel like when I was on Twitter reading how other people felt about the Nopon in this game, there weren't as many people who were happy about Manana and Riku, but I don't know. I really liked her, and I liked all the cooking. Maybe that's just because I like collecting recipes in games, but just her character in general, and the way that she helped build up Sena.
Yes. I think that is one of the biggest things, is that showing Sena's kind of compassionate side is one of the best parts of Manana, because Sena was able to connect with the Nopon in the party, and really almost show that side of her that gets overshadowed a lot of times, that more compassionate side, that gets overshadowed by the very bombastic personalities in that party. And so I appreciate Manana. I thought her ascension was fascinating.
Yeah. And
that the Nopon that she went to, I refuse to acknowledge his name because he's the worst.
I did not like him.
To get the new cooking pot.
Yes.
I thought was really fun. And so, I don't know. Manana, solid A. Makes good food.
Love that. Wow, this won't be biased by previous titles at all.
D.
Imagine.
Hate Melia. Hate Melia. No, that's easy S. Right?
I mean, duh.
I mean, really, Melia is fantastic in every way, and I think that this game really did her justice when considering her past within Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Yeah. And I liked that we got to see like a flashback with her.
Yes.
And that she remembered all of her friends and the things that they had said to her. And because of her, we got to see Shulk in the game, everybody. So, like...
Yes, yeah, so, like, winning.
Winning already.
I thought it was fun that she keeps the Monado, and she has a picture of the Air Sea in her room. And, I don't know, she was just all in all a good representation and a good, like, extension of the character. Didn't get the most depth, but she was able to recall her times from Xenoblade 1 and allude to that when interacting with the party, which I thought was really cool.
Big same. Oh, sweet angel. I love her very much, but there's not very much to her.
Yeah, I would put her in B tier.
Yeah, same. I appreciated all of the cooking things that she did with, was that her ascension? That was her ascension, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that, and her interactions in the city, and it made me tear up just because of how sweet it was. And she's just honestly so great in that respect.
And her relationship with Mio, and Senna to some extent, but mainly Mio, is really wonderful and really helps shape Mio into the character she is today. But like you said, there's just not much there.
I feel like we missed a lot because her hero quest was also Mio's ascension quest.
Yeah.
So we missed a little bit there with her.
And everything with Omega, you know, it being Mio's ascension quest or side story or whatever you want to call it, bringing us, you know, the opportunity to get Miyabi immediately, and that eventually leading to Kamaravi opening up as well. I don't know. I just wish we got more time with Miyabi. Every moment was positive, and I think they made the most of every moment, but just wasn't a whole... It's not like there was an arc there.
Yeah.
Monica.
Yeah.
I'm thinking A.
Yeah. She's really cool. Like I said, she's super selfless. I love her character. She's exactly what the city needs. I couldn't see anyone else being the leader. It has to be her. Like, she is perfect for the city.
Yeah. Her ascension was awful.
Yeah, exactly.
Her ascension was so... They could have done anything with that ascension. And just one of the random Ouroboros candidates is just like, I love you. You know? I thought it was so out of left field that, yeah, I know what they were going for with it, you know? Mm-hmm. Trying to bring out the human side of Monica and showing that she's more than just a leader. And I get that. I just think that there are so many ways that they could have done that way better. Maybe, you know, more interaction. And don't get me wrong, they have plenty of positive interactions with Gondor. Mm-hmm. But something more Gondor-centric. Not that, well, we're just big Gondor fans. But also, I think that that would have been more organic than having an Ouroboros candidate proclaim his love for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. But everything else about her character is so strong.
That's exactly how I feel, too. And also, to break your own rule, I love putting Eunie in her class, because, like, it's great. Anyways.
Eunie is a monster in her class. Well, anyone is, but Eunie inherits it.
My favorite. Hello.
Nia!
Hello, Nia. My queen. I love her. I love her endlessly. I love her funny dialogue. I love how she's trying so hard to be queenly, and she really doesn't have to be. Like, she doesn't have to do that, but she just feels like she has to. Yeah. And so then she keeps putting on this act, and then she'll break it sometimes and slip. And then when she talks to Melia, she puts her guard down, which makes me so happy that they're friends. Like, that's so cute. I don't know. I could go on forever. Also, totally buy into the theory that she is Mio's mother, but that's off the point. But I feel like her ascension really hinted towards that.
No, they were just... they were totally hinting at that. I would not be surprised if in the story DLC that's coming next year, if we aren't in the real world, you know, at the end of that we see at the end of the game, and we see her as Mio's mother as they're trying to find a way to reconnect the worlds by some crazy Xenoblade happenstance that they discover each other again. But One thing.
Oh.
One thing. She alluded to Tora.
Oh, yeah.
She alluded to Van Damme.
We see Poppy.
We see Poppy. Why no allusions to Rex? Why no allusions to anyone else? Van Damme, awesome callback. Loved that. You know? Also, why isn't Poppy a hero? If Poppy is in there, we should be able to recruit Poppy. We're literally getting a robot called a Naponic Champion as the next DLC hero, and it's not Poppy. When Poppy is canonically in this world.
She's keeping Poppy all to herself.
It's ridiculous is what it is. Nia knows she's in there. It's not a surprise. Sorry, Nia, be better to your friends. Okay, and then, we gotta... Can't have one without the other, right?
I mean, I know, but I want to... Okay, this has nothing to do with the tier list. I want to know what's up with him. Why does he know Melia?
Yeah, there is something there. I don't know. Maybe we read too much into things, or maybe this was explicitly explained, but Riku's just such a bag of secrets.
He is. He's so fun.
And you didn't like him at first.
No, because his voice was a lot to take in.
Yeah, not Nopon-esque.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he resembles Rex and Manana resembles Pyra, it just weirded me out for the longest time. But then, I kind of got used to it, and it was okay.
I can see why people say he resembles Rex.
It's only the hair. It's nothing else.
I don't even see the hair for Manana. I don't know. But I digress. I thought that it was fascinating that he was part of what was it? The 7 Nopon?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh yeah, the last one's me. My bad.
Pretty much.
Yeah, yep, it's me. And he made Lucky 7 one of the cruxes of the story that helped take down everything.
Can the DLC just explain him?
I
need answers.
I want a Riku-centric DLC.
Yeah.
Because he is an enigma.
I need more.
I need more as well. Sagiri.
Number 7.
Number 7.
She also feels A to me in the same way that Fifi does.
Really?
Yeah. Just because of,
how
much she builds up Sena, because Sena didn't get her own ascension quest, so she had to steal Sagiri's hero quest. Yeah. But I don't know. I just really like everything about not just the hero and ascension and all that, but also her dialogue and the other quests that she does with getting the prison and naming everyone and doing all of that stuff. Everything that surrounds her. It just, I don't know. I really liked it.
Colony 0 was one of the most interesting colonies in terms of quests, quest lines.
Yes.
I was actively engaged in rebuilding the jail and refurbishing the jail throughout the entirety of it. And their console was a creepo.
Oh my gosh, he was.
It was like a cult.
Yeah.
He was literally like, yes, these are my children. Because they are all young children. I imagine that's very intentional so that he can take their impressionable minds and make sure to use them as his personal little platoon. Hated it.
Hated that, but very interesting for the story. But
yes,
hated that.
Very interesting. No, I wasn't expecting them to have a go at cults. Loved it. And loved that Sena was the one to be able to work closely with Sagiri. I also think it's interesting how difficult it is to get Sagiri.
Yes.
Such a process, and I think it's actually rewarding.
Agreed.
Teach. Good old Oleg.
He's no Isard. Don't get me wrong. He's no Isard.
But he's not that far above.
Not that far above either.
He's just boring.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he falls into the whole, I'm goody two-shoes, straight edge, there's not much to me except I need to help people, let's go Agnes.
Yeah, teaches tutors, And it's cool. Gamma's an interesting colony, because that's where Mio and Sena came from, and Taion, but, you know, I don't... His past is interesting on paper.
It is.
The fact that this is all redemption for him just being a bloodthirsty monster, kind of cool.
I was really excited when Ashira told us to go get him and, like, do all of that stuff with, I forget what it even was. It was some type of tournament that was going on. And that she wanted to fight him, something along those lines, because he's Oleg. You know? Yeah. And she recognized him and all of that. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. Thought there was going to be more there. And we were going to learn more about his Oleg past, but...
No, yeah. I just wish... I think I would have loved him if we had learned more about Oleg, instead of these weird allusions to his past that kind of pay off. You know, the Colony Gamma folks are cool. You know, Kyrie is interesting. All the kids, you know, Colony Gamma is the first place that they recognize the physiological differences between Hyentia and Machina and Homs.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that was cool.
Which that is cool.
I like how he debated us. That was fun.
Yeah.
In his hero quest, where it was like, come up with me. Just kidding, I'm gonna fight you. Just kidding, it was actually just because I wanted to know if you were good. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really have much more to say about him other than that.
Yeah, he's fine. Also fine.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed Triton's personality, and that's it. Everything about him is a fetch quest, and I get it. He's a pirate.
Yeah. The thing that I dislike about Triton is that everything that happens with him has no impact on the rest of the story. Because for the rest of it, they're always like, well, we can't trust anyone who's Mobius.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what about M? I don't know, we're later in the game. Like, what about, didn't you like M? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't you like Triton? Then why do you feel weird about this other Mobius? Like, what's going... I'm confused.
Yeah.
And so it's like, they threw him in just for a little bit of spice, but it didn't actually do anything.
Again, I think it's a wasted opportunity, because Mans has lived for so long. He has seen so much. And we get it reduced down to Miso. Like, really, his ascension quest is finding memories of Miso. And I think it's really cool remembering a friend from 100 years ago. But it had no real bearing on anything. And I think that ties into the fact that he is a simple man with simple needs who just happened to find himself in this situation. And that not everyone in Mobius is... like, connivingly evil. He just wanted to stay in the here and now because he's having a blast.
Yeah.
And I do think that that's really cool and really interesting. But since we had a Mobius, I wish that you didn't have to make the Pirate Man Mobius. You could have made the Pirate Man just a hero, and you could have made some other, you know, tortured soul Mobius, and have them kind of have a come to Noah moment.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. So I like him. He's great. I enjoyed both of his quests and everything he's been involved with, but I just enjoyed it. It didn't really leave a lasting impression overall on me.
Yeah. Well, hello.
Chopper best.
We're probably the only people who like him this much.
He is the best hero.
I love him.
He is the best hero.
He has the best dialogue when it comes to, like, everything. Like, absolutely everything.
He has the best colony.
Yes.
Yes, and...
he gives you a reason to actually like Nopon.
Yes! The Nopon are interesting and funny. He is the most kind-hearted and just most enjoyably curious character. And usually when characters are curious like Valdi is, it's almost a little bit grating.
Mm-hmm.
But he is just so delightful in every way, and his relationship with Lanz is chef's absolute kiss.
Everything that he says to Alexandria had me rolling on the floor.
Yeah. Like, his interactions with everyone in the world is just like, what do you mean? I just love Levnesses.
Yeah. And I feel like how we feel about Valdi is very much impacted by the fact that we are probably the only people who liked the Doric side quest.
See, the Doric side quest was...
it.
I thought it was interesting because it was easy.
Yeah.
Because as long as you collected things as you went, you just automatically you just had to go back to Colony 30, like, on occasion. You didn't have to put much time or effort into it. You just couldn't plow through it, because then it would get grindy. But I thought the Doric stuff, because we thought that's how you got Sagiri for the longest time, but it's not. But still, it's interesting. It's how we really stumbled upon Alexandria's Ascension quest, because you need to do it to complete Doric. And no, I don't know. I thought that everything with him, even just the small little tie-ins of finding his master pawn.
Yes. Oh, just everything about him. And he just kept coming back up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really, really great. And no one understood him not wanting to build Levnesses for war. Oh, great. And last, and certainly not least,
Potato!
we got our little potato farmer. I'd give him a B.
Yeah.
I'd give him a solid B. I liked Xeon.
I like what's going on there. I love this potato man.
I thought his interactions with Noah, Lanz, and Eunie, particularly Noah, if I'm honest, were interesting. And I think Colony 9 is a cool colony because of Xeon.
Yes.
In large part. Him just learning how to be a leader. We joked that he feels like a high school football captain.
He really does.
Who, but the nice ones who do anything to help everyone out, but kind of misguided sometimes, you know?
Yeah. He just he's trying to help. He's trying his darndest. But,
doesn't really know how to do that. Solid B tier.
There he is.
There he is.
B for bro.
So this is our definitive, subjective Xenoblade Chronicles 3 hero tier list. Are you happy with this list?
I am happy. No one feel offended that Melia and Nia are at the back of the S tier. That's just because, they had their own games with these ones.
Yeah, I would say that the only reason they're at the back is because they didn't get the holistic treatment and we weren't able to be with them throughout the entirety of the game.
Exactly.
No, nothing against their characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. This is more just taking our experiences with them from 3 in and of itself, because otherwise they'd be at the top and it would be, oh duh, Melia and Nia are at the top,
You mean main characters from another game have more of an impact on you than side characters from this one?
Crazy. But yeah.
Ooh, Jinx, you owe me a soda. Anyways.
And then Eno will go in somewhere in here. So if you enjoyed this video, you want to see more Xenoblade Chronicles 3 content coming from this channel, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and why not even ring that notification bell. Also, make sure to join our Discord server. A lot of really fantastic people on that Discord server. And we have an entire chat devoted to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 so that you can chat it out with, people who are playing the game as well, or who have beaten the game as well.
Yeah.
So make sure to check that out.
And do the tier list and then post it in our Discord.
Yes! Do the tier list, post it in the Discord. Links will be in the description down below. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, a fantastic rest of your week, and why even a fantastic rest of your month. And we will see you in the next video. Later.
See ya.